Hi, my name is Mike Anderson. I am the listing agent for a house for sale out here in Eagle Mountain up on the ranches. We call it the ranches because it's the ranches golf course that this neighborhood surrounds. These are custom homes out here, and it's just a wonderful place to live. I'm a little biased because I actually live in this neighborhood myself. This house that I'm going to share with you is a Rambler that's 5 bedrooms and 3 baths. It's 4,331 square feet. Really good value for the money, and especially if you want to be able to live on the main floor, so it has main floor living, then with a great big basement, which I'll show you in just a minute. It's just a great home. It's been completely updated in and out, so I'm looking forward to showing you all that. This is a virtual tour. So let me kind of explain what that means. I'm actually going to walk you through the property. Obviously, you could go online on Zillow or Realtor.com or the MLS and find this property. But sometimes it's nice to have an agent that actually kind of walks you through the property and kind of shows some of the details. I'm also going to use 3D technology that helps to really see the property more than just in the two-dimensional pictures, so that you can kind of see how rooms flow together. You can measure spaces and stuff like that. So I'm excited to show that to you. So if you're interested in buying, if you've got an agent, of course, have your agent bring you and come look at the house in person. If you're interested in selling, these are some of the things that our team does to help sell properties and get them sold, faster and for hopefully more money, because of the ability to attract people from all across the country, sometimes even out of the country, because coming in person all the time to see homes is not always possible. And two-dimensional pictures don't always give the full picture, of course, of what the house is like. So as you can see, I've got what's called a Matterport. This is the technology that's used. So I'm going to pull this up. And what this does, it actually does a full 3D rendering of the property. So this is basically pictures, right? But it's done in such a way that with thousands of pictures that it's put together in order to show the property in 3 dimension. To kind of give you a sense of that, you kind of saw how it opened up. I'm going to clear out this so you can see both floors, but this is the actual property completely 3D rendered. There's the garage right there. There's level 1 and level 2, the basement, because it's a Rambler with a basement, and all the spaces. So I have the ability to kind of look around this property in this wonderful technology to kind of see it, from the floor plan view, and then as well as walking through the house itself. So I'm going to walk you through the property. This is a virtual open house. If you were to do this live with me, which I'll put some dates out there that I'll be doing this live, then you can ask me questions. So we use Google Meet, kind of like Zoom. And you can actually walk through the property with me from the comfort of your house or wherever you're at, and we'll walk through it together. And then you can have me stop, you can ask questions, we can measure spaces, really look at it as if you're here. And really cool is the ability to use Oculus goggles. So if you've got the Meta Oculus goggles, or your kids have them, you can actually put those on and actually be in the space with me. So it's a really nice ability to view the property. Now, I'm going to drop into this living room here. So here is the front door where you would come in, right, to the property. In a minute, I'll show you pictures and even video of the outside of the property and kind of a look from drone footage, as well as what the neighborhood looks like. But let's go ahead and start inside, if that's all right. You got this hardwood door. This is an actual hardwood door. The custom hardwood door. So a lot of the work in here is custom, but it's also been recently updated. So these are all brand new LVP floors. They are beautiful floors. They look like hardwood, but you don't have to manage or take care of them like regular hardwood, because they're LVP. So luxury vinyl plank is what that stands for. And that means that they're waterproof. They don't require, like that annual kind of maintenance and restaining and stuff like that you would have to do with actual hardwood floors. So they call it luxury vinyl plank. Now, as many homes, as you walk in, you've got these nice open floor plans. These are 9-foot ceilings, by the way. And so before we go through the house itself, let me show you a little bit on how this technology works, because I can send you this link and you can actually go through this yourself in your own leisure. So there's a tool here called this measurement tool. If I'm in this view right here, where I'm just in a room looking at the space, I can click on this. It will automatically give me the measurements of the space. So I can see that these are 8 feet 11, or basically 9 feet tall ceilings that you have in here. And you can see these, great big windows. It's a 6 foot by 5 foot window, so lots of natural light coming in here. And then there's the kitchen back there with a dining area. This home has another space here where you could put a formal dining table here. This is actually big enough you could put even maybe a pool table or something out here. If you have a piano and you want to put seating around that. Lots of great opportunity out here, but nice and open. Again, a 6 foot by 5 foot or close to a 5 foot, 4'8" window here. So lots of natural light coming in as well. But yeah, as far as this technology goes, you've got the ability to look at the different floors. We'll go up and down, up and down on the floors. You also have the ability, which is kind of nice, that even though this house is actually furnished, to unfurnish it if you kind of want to see what it looks like without all that furniture in there. We don't virtually furnish our homes. We actually stage them. So this is actual furniture that's in the house. It really helps on these open floor plans to see what this all looks like, obviously. As the spaces work together with the furniture. But if you want to see it kind of without the furniture, you can do that too just by clicking this button here. Okay, so really cool technology. Now, obviously this is the living space. You've got a fireplace here. This is a gas fireplace. And you've got the kitchen over here and that open space here. So let me walk you around a little bit. So let's go through the kitchen. These are quartz countertops. All of this is new. So these are custom cabinets that are new in here. You got new cabinetry throughout. Even this island is new. I actually prefer myself to have an island that has the sink and the dishwasher in the island. Kind of helps to separate that from the cooking area. This has a really high-end or nice a stove here. So it's got the gas, stove. So it's a 5-burner gas stove. And then all these matching appliances. The refrigerator is optional to come with the house. So if you would like, a newer refrigerator, I think it's actually brand new or very close to new refrigerator. Here's the pantry right here, right? And then you've got your dining area over here. Obviously there's space for 6 if you wanted to put chairs on each end here if you want there. So it's a good space there. And then the backyard, I'll show you a little bit later, back and front yard, but this opens up to the back patio. Lots of good space back there as well. Now, because it's a rambler, that means the main living, like the master bedroom, is on the main level. So I'm going to come into the master bedroom. Again, it's off the kitchen, so here's that front area that we walked in. Let me turn off the measurements here so we can walk into this room. This is all brand new carpet, so you have your brand new flooring out here and then your new carpet inside of the bedrooms. Great big bedroom. I'll put the measurement back on so you can see how big the space is. Now, sometimes when we have furniture and you're trying to measure space, you can see that there are 9-foot ceilings here, but it's hard to kind of tell what's the length of this wall. So I'm going to take out the furniture. And then, again, it kind of broke this up because of the way that the furniture was in there. So I'm going to take this measuring tool, or obviously I already had that. I'm going to hit the plus button, and I'm going to add a point here and then go all the way across. So that's 13 feet 11 inches. So basically 14 feet long on this end. And then over here, it's 16 feet 9 inches. So you can see how big this master bedroom is. So lots of great space in here. I'll take off those measurements, put the furniture back in so you can see what it looks like. So this is a king size bed. You've got a great big window here, and then these other 2 windows. These both face the backyard, so it's private. Even the side here yard is got the fence there, as you can see. So you got your privacy, but lots of great natural light coming in. And again, the floor is all new. And then look at the size of this bathroom. Love this bathroom. This walk-in shower is enormous. All custom built and done. And then you got this really nice classic vanity with the 2 sinks. I always love having 2 sinks in the master or the primary bedroom. And then I like having the toilet behind the door, so it has that. And then it has a nice big walk-in closet. This carpet is brand new as well. So brand new flooring. That's nice to have, whenever you buy a house. Typically, unless it's, of course, a new build, you're not going to get that new carpet in many cases, but in this case, you're getting all new flooring. And now, before we go downstairs, let me take you to the other side of this living space. Hope I'm not making you dizzy as I walk through this. These circles here, by the way, are where each of these 360 scans were done, and then they were all stitched together in order to make this a 3D tour. So over here, I've got a bedroom on that end. That's a bathroom, and then another bedroom. So there's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, 2 full bathrooms on the main level of this Rambler. And here again, you have in this custom-built home a good-sized bedroom. I'll turn on the measurements again. It's 11 feet, in terms of the length. I'm going to take off the furniture here, and then on this wall, it's kind of hard to tell, so I'm going to use the measuring tool. So you've got basically a 12-foot by 11-foot bedroom, which is a great size, room for a secondary room. And then you've got a third room, which I'll show you in just a minute. Let me undo that and put the furniture back in. And then you've got your 2-door closet here as well. This is a hallway closet. And then bathroom. Bathroom has the new vanity, the same quartz countertops as you have in the kitchen, same, nice LVP flooring that you have. And then it's got the surround, it's a marble surround and a bathtub in here. And then you've got the next bedroom. Let me see if it's the same size. So let's take out the furniture. They've got staged as an office here. So I'm going to use this measuring tool. And it says, so 12 feet along this wall. So about the same size as the other one, right? And then I'm going to see how big it is on this side. Yeah, 11.5. So about the same size as the other bedroom. So good sized room. And as the other bedroom as well, you've got really big, or good sized windows that bring in a lot of natural light into that space. Okay, so again, we've got, I want to turn off this and keep the furniture on. Again, we've got 3 bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms on the main level with, try not to make you dizzy with all this movement, with the main living area here, the kitchen and dining over there, and then another space here for either a formal dining, music room, other space to visit and stuff like that. Okay, sorry, I got this little tweaked. There we go. Okay, all here on the main level. Now, let's go downstairs to the basement. This is what makes, actually before we do, let me go into this other area of the main level, and this is the mudroom and living room. So here's where, mudroom and the laundry room. So this is where you would have 2 full-size washer and dryers here. So you have, side-by-side washer and dryer that you have space for here. And of course, you got space there for folding clothes and things like that and other things. But this is a great big garage. So I know it looks like a 2-car, or it is a 2-car garage, but you've got lots of parking out there, which I'm going to show you. Plus, this is an oversized garage. So you've got the 2-car garage coming in here, and then this oversized space and really tall ceilings. So let me bring in the measurements again. So you've got the ceiling size is 13 feet almost. So you got lots of space in terms of what you could do if you wanted to hang anything from above. Good space back here. And then this length here, let me use the measuring tool. Yeah, you've got almost 23 feet. So even if you have a nice big truck or whatever, you're going to have plenty of length space, right? And then as far as the width space for your 2 vehicles, it's 26 feet wide. 26 and a half almost. So you've got 26 by, the space, the 22 feet over there, and then 13 feet tall. So lots and lots of great space out here for this garage. Plus, I'll show you a little bit later other parking that you have out there. Okay, so let's go back upstairs, or back to the main level, I should say, same level. And let's go downstairs now. Take off these measurements. Again, if I didn't mention it before, not only is the flooring new, but so is the paint. So the house has been painted up and down. So basically you're coming into a freshly, new home with all the main things that you'd like to have in terms of new carpet, new flooring, new paint, and stuff like that. Now down here, you get this enormous, like just incredibly large space for entertainment, and there's more bedrooms down here. So as you can see, the way it's been staged, we've got some fun game consoles there. These are full size, so you can imagine how good this space is. This was so big that we even thought about putting a pool table here and a ping pong table. You actually have room for a full size pool table and a ping pong table just in this space right here, right? And then there's a closet here, a little nook right here. And then coming back into this space, this is the kind of that entertainment space. There is an 82-inch TV that we have here. It just wasn't here for pictures, but it's a great big TV that's here. So it's a great big space out this way. I was even thinking that it would be fun to put a short range projector here. This is a big enough space that you could actually have your entertainment here, put curtains here. It'd be kind of a cool space. I think, let's see if I can come out here a little bit. There we go. So let me give you the measurement of how big this space is. I'm going to take out the furniture. So if I go from wall to wall out here, you've got 30 feet, 30 feet space in the length of this room over here. And then great, big windows out here. This is 11 feet, that little space that I showed you where you could actually put, a projector in here if you wanted to and have seating that faces that. You put curtains here and have them even open or close. It'd be kind of fun. And then you've got an 18 and a half, more or less feet along this wall, 14 feet along this wall. This is an enormous space to work with in terms of entertainment. And you get all of it. So you have all of your I would think your TV entertainment space over here, and then your game space over here is kind of how I had imagined it. So let me put the furniture back in. I'll take these kind of measurements out, but lots and lots of great space out here. I'm going to refresh this because I feel like, sorry, I had gone through it so much that the angles got a little odd. And then I'm going to go back down to the basement. Here we go. So coming back to this space here, there we go, that looks a little bit better, is again where you walk downstairs here, you come into this 35 or 30 foot length space here, put a pickleball court in here almost. And then of course you've got your entertainment space out here. Now coming down this hallway, you got 3 rooms. Now we only put 2 more bedrooms, so total of 5 bedrooms, but you almost do have a 6th bedroom. But this particular room right here doesn't have an egress or another window, so we can't legally call it a bedroom. And for safety reasons, if a fire were to happen and the door's shut, we'd want, someone to be able to, get out the window. So that's why this isn't considered a legal bedroom, but it's a great big space. And we've got it kind of staged here as a workout space or whatever. You could even put like a mat here and a TV up here. I mean, if I get into the measurements again, you get a 6-foot wall here, 8 feet on each side here. You got your 8 feet wall, of course, ceilings up here and stuff like that. So lots of good space in this room, but you can make this into a craft room and a storage room, kind of whatever you want there. But there are 2 more bedrooms and a bathroom down at the end of the hall. But before we go there, I'm going to show you this utility space room here. This house, they really went all out. You've got 2 furnaces and 2 AC units in just a Rambler. So the efficiency is really high. They've also got a soft water treatment here. They also have a filtration for the water treatment, and they even put a radon mitigator in, or a radon fan, I guess, in here. So you don't have to worry about radon as well because it's getting all pumped out or piped out through here. So you've got a really good, safe place to live down here in the basement. But overall, the house has been really well, when it was custom built, considered in terms of efficiency and heating and cooling and things like that. Being a Rambler with a basement, you actually don't really need, that might even be a little bit of overkill because The basement usually stays cool, obviously, and you're only really, trying to, cool and heat the main level, but you've got the separate furnace and AC units for each floor. This is a good sized room down here in the basement. So you're going to get a nice big window there. Let me show you the measurements. So you got a 12-foot wall here. So that's even bigger than the bedroom that was upstairs. Let me take off the furniture and then measure this wall here for you. So it's a 12 by 13 foot bedroom here, which, like I said, is bigger than even the bedrooms that were upstairs. So good sized bedroom down in the basement. And then here's the bathroom. You get a full-size bathroom here. You get the same kind of marble surround, the quartz countertops with the new vanity. Even the toilets are new throughout the house. So they really updated, from lighting to painting to cabinets to countertops, the flooring, everything has been updated in this house. Oops, kind of going a little fast here. The big closet down here. So that's a closet area. And then here's your other bedroom down here in the basement. And again, this is about that same size. So you got 11 foot here, and then I believe it's like 12 foot there, but let's go ahead and measure to be sure. Yep, 12 and a half feet actually on this side of it. So you've got, two good sized bedrooms down here in the basement as well. So it's a total of 5 bedrooms, legally. Here's an extra bonus room here, right? So almost like 6-bedroom house, and it's a rambler again, so you don't have to worry about heating and cooling all the way upstairs or walking all the way, to a 3rd level up. Great big space down here in the basement for entertaining in all different ways, from movies to games and billiards if you wanted, and ping pong and all that kind of stuff. So going again back to the overall house, you've got, the main, the big garage, the oversized 2-car garage here. You've got your master bedroom, really good sized master bedroom and master bath with that great big walk-in closet and walk-in shower. All this new flooring. You got your kitchen island here and your dining space here. Here's your main living area, an extra living space right here, and then the 2 bedrooms and a bath there as well. And then if we look at the basement, you've got your enormous, entertainment space, all this area right here. And then down the hall, there's that exercise room, or however you'd want to use that. Good crafts room or something like that, or art room, and then the other 2 bedrooms, and then the full bathroom down there. So what a wonderful space overall, especially for the price. Let me bring that up so you can get an idea of what that is. So $739,900 is what they're asking. We just sold a house, and we actually sold it, our team did, across the street that was also a rambler, also custom built. And it was a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, and it was about the same size square footage, and it sold for $740. So, and that's what it actually sold for. And then the details of this house are available, of course, on the MLS and other websites. It's only $170 per square foot. Let me show you a little bit around the back of the house. Obviously, you can see this property on the MLS and see pictures of it. But having kind of this extra information hopefully was helpful for you as I've kind of walked you through it. If you have any questions, of course, please reach out to me anytime. You can DM me through social media, or you can text me or call me at 801-867-5321. But let me show you the outside, and then I'll show you a little video to end this up. So we're going through all the pictures in the house that I've already kind of gone through with you. Hopefully I'm not making you too dizzy as I go through these so quickly. There we go. So this is the neighborhood. This is how beautiful this area is. The house we're talking about is right here. So this is the 10th hole of the Ranches golf course. And so that's across the street here. This is the 18th. So you're basically starting here on the back 9 and going all the way around the neighborhood until you come back here on the 18th. And then the clubhouse is right over here. That's the clubhouse. This is the Wasatch Mountain. Oh, no, sorry. Wasatch Mountains are down here. These are the Ochre Mountain Range. So you basically have 360 views of the of the mountains. And then over here is Utah Lake, which I'll show you a little bit there. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is all this land. So there's no background neighbors to the house. And all this land back here is available by the city if you would like to purchase it. I'm going to have to get back on the price. I can't remember. I think it was like $20,000, but it's not very expensive. And you can see that next door, or 2 doors down, I think it was, maybe it might be next door. I think it's 2 doors down right here, where they actually leveled this out. So both these neighbors bought the land up there, and then they excavated here just to level it out. He put a pickleball and a basketball court up here, whereas they just did some more landscaping for their house and stuff like that. So there's that option as well. So here's the view again. This is the 10th hole that I told you about. Here's the 18th hole. House is right over here. And then you can see a little bit more of the Ochre Mountain Range that's coming around this way. Just beautiful out here in the ranches. This is the back of the house. So the current current owners have done or opted to do xeriscape. So there's no grass here. There's a little bit of grass area here. And then there's all this extra parking behind a gate for an RV or boat or trailer or whatever. They just didn't want to deal or, have to worry about the grass and stuff like that. But you could easily put grass back here. And there's just, the sky's the limit in terms of what you could do with this backyard, especially if you purchased all the land behind it. So here's another view of it. They've got this nice pergola with this really big, cement pad that's here. So again, good sized backyard back here. And then you can decide if you want to do something more than just the gravel that they have there with some of the plants and stuff like that. So it's kind of open, book for you to do whatever you'd like to do. This patio out here where you walk out, that's the dining area there. With the pergola, it has lots of space here for barbecue grill, for entertainment space. I believe they had string lights there before, and they had all their table and chairs and stuff like that. But lots of great things you could do. I thought it would be really nice to put like a pizza oven out here on this side, which would be nice. But of course, a barbecue grill would work just fine. So yeah, like right here, a nice pizza oven. And this is stucco, on the house. Wonderful, custom built home. Here's a kind of a bird's eye view coming from behind of what that property looks like in the back. And then this is the 10th. Is this the 10th hole? I'm not sure. I'm going to skip this because I'm not sure exactly where I'm at right here. This is the 18th hole here. So yeah, that was the 10th right there. So that's the hole number 10. Here's Mount Airey Drive coming up along here. And then the house that we're looking at is right there. Okay. So you can see that next door is where they bought the land going up there and then kind of excavated that. Or when I say excavate, they kind of level that out here, and that's where he put the basketball and pickleball court up there on his land. So you have that option here, but you don't have any background neighbors. And because the green is up here, you're not going to get, these balls coming down and hitting your house or stuff like that. The golf balls. This is what it looks like, from that green patch area on the right side of the house, kind of looking up. And there you can kind of see that basketball, there with the fence around it. So they fenced around it so they don't lose the balls. Right. Here's what it looks like here on the side. So you kind of have this grassy area, and they've done a really good job with the landscaping. I like it out in front too, but they've got drip and irrigation that kind of takes care of that. There's the fence going back here, and then I'll show you on this side. So this is kind of the large parking area that I told you about. So, when you come up, there's the 2-car garage here. There's also, of course, lots of parking out front. And there's the walkway up into the front door. And then you've got all this parking area here. And then you've got an area back here behind the fence where, again, you could put a boat, a trailer, RV or something like that. And this slides out and opens up. So you got all this space between these, this gate here opens up so you can put something really wide and long back there if you need to. Okay. Here's what it looks like, coming down Mount Airey. Heading out that way, kind of more south, southeast. And, again, that parking space here behind the fence. And then, the parking up in front of the house. That's what it looks like a little bit closer. They also have gravel up in this area. So they've done a lot of the xeriscaping throughout the front and back of their house. So they've got irrigation to help kind of water, the bushes and plants that are along here. But for the most part, you don't have very much that you have to maintain in terms of grass, in terms of watering and mowing and stuff like that. This is what it looks like. Okay, looking more close or at the front door. Some nice trees here. And again, the address is 9226 North Mount Airey Drive. So again, my name is Mike Anderson. I would love to help you take a look at this house. This is what we do for all of the people that we help sell. We've actually sold most of our homes we do sell in the Eagle Mountain, Saratoga Springs, Lehigh, all the way down to Provo, kind of that North Utah County area. That's our specialty of where we like to stay. And we normally, in almost every case actually, provide this kind of 3D technology, drone footage, video, and advertising the properties, and then these kind of virtual open houses. So again, my name is Mike Anderson. My number is 801-867-5321. Feel free to reach out with any questions. If you're an agent and you want to learn how to do some of these things, give me a call. I'd love to show you how to do it. So I'll talk to you soon.